So my thought process was as follows. A couple of questions I asked to myself is, how did I end up there where I was? My answer was, well, because I took wrong actions. It's quite of obvious thing. The next question was, how come did I take those actions, and why they were wrong actually? Because at least I was taking some actions, I thought. The answer was because of the wrong decisions I made. I made wrong decisions, and that led me to the wrong actions I took, and that's lead me to the life I had before. Kind of pretty logical thought process. So the obvious question was, how can I make better or different decisions? Because in order to change something, you have to do something differently, or you have to do something better, right? If you can do that. And I started to learn about the decisions, how decisions actually made, how people make decisions, and how would I build something around myself, and if it's even possible, to some kind of systems which would allow me to make better decisions or different decisions, completely different decisions. And they would keep me on track of actually doing it repeatedly again and again. And I would not let off track again and start to make those worse decisions which I made before. So I started to work on it and kind of read about it and listen to different mentors on that topic and stuff like that, and I understood that our decisions basically is being formed in our mind kind of historically. Whatever we have gone through in the past, it's forming our decisions, our experience, our presumptions, guesses, environment we are at, of course, people around us, habits, routines which we have. It's all forming basically our decisions. How we evaluate the risk, it also impacting our decisions. A lot of things I learned. I even learned this stuff. Better decisions are made in the mornings, for example. So I suggest you make your most important decisions in the morning. And it's also explained by the chemical processes happening in our mind. Serotonin, which is a chemical which helps our nerve cells to communicate with each other. We have a huge amount of it in the mornings. And it helps us to make clear, risk-averse, very good decisions. As we go through the day, and especially in the afternoon, we have very little of this serotonin, and our mind and our head will push us to postpone decision. Just think of yourself and try to, maybe starting from today, follow yourself and see what you do with your decision during the day. At least for me, in the afternoon, it really was so. I was trying to kind of postpone those decisions. I will decide a little later, maybe tomorrow. And usually in the mornings, those decisions come pretty easy and quick. Better decision in foreign language, that's was a surprise for me. Because in foreign language, when we speak in foreign language, we put less emotions to it. Like, for example, if we curse in foreign language, it looks to us, it's not that bad than it would sound in our native language. The same here. If you think in different language and you try to kind of come up with a decision in different language, you might actually do better than in your native language. Being hungry is the bad decision making, and it works interesting. To eat, our mind treats the food as a reward. So the mind is waiting for the food, and now we try to make a decision. So what mind decides is, okay, so I was waiting for the food, and it was that big of a reward. Now this guy want to make decisions. Okay, so I have to make sure we make such a decision which in reward level would be higher than the food. So therefore, at this point, you will take a lot riskier decisions, because the reward of this decision should be a lot greater than your willingness to, not the willingness, but your hungriness and how bad you wanna eat. The next one is funny. Full bladder helps you make better choices. So if you wanna go pee and you hold it in, you actually can make very good decisions during that period of time. Of course, not literally. You do not need to do it for every single day and practice it. It just says that when you hold it in, you actually are in self-control. Your mind is controlling your body, and you physically control yourself at this moment. And if you're gonna try to make decisions, the mind gonna make pretty precise decisions and very good decisions actually, because you are in self-control. Too much CO2, I think it's obvious. We don't have enough oxygen in our blood flow. We don't get it into our brains. Our brains are lazy, they don't want to think and making decisions. This one, I think it's big. The Jeff Bezos was talking about it as well, and he was writing the investors letter and letter to his employees. I think it was about 2018 or maybe 2019 even. He said next year we want to make better decisions, more decisions, quicker decisions, and our business is dependent on decisions. And therefore he said, I want you to make a decision when you have 70% of information to make one. And he said the outcome of such decisions, even though decisions will not be right decisions, will be a lot less painful and a lot less costly if you would not just make this decision and wait until 100% of information you have in your head. Therefore, it is a very important, I think, point. So I've learned all those things about the decision, and I start to do something, okay? But what should I change? How actually I start doing something, okay? I've learned all these things, the things are good. And then it hit me. I have to build, as I said, some kind of system around me. I call them frameworks, and we're going to have, in this presentation, we're going to see them as a frameworks. I call them frameworks, which will help me, as I said, to help me make right decisions. If I'm going to make right decisions, I'm going to take right actions. And that's what we call effectiveness. We're kind of slowly but surely getting into the topic of today's presentation. So you being effective when you have some kind of systems which make you, which helps you to make right decisions, and from those decisions you take right actions. That's the effectiveness basically. And efficiency, on the other hand, is when you already selected those actions and you know they're right, and you want to do them now. You want to do them right. And you have to have some tools, again, and maybe even the systems, those same framework, different frameworks, to actually do those things right. And that's where basically word efficiency comes in. Efficiency is how you're actually doing those things. And the better you do them, the less time it takes you to do them, the more efficient you are. So it became my plan. My goal and basically my motivations, my new kind of goal to work and live through this framework, basically. Build the systems which help me make better decisions. Better decisions will make me make right actions, and from these actions I will become more effective. And then if I'm going to have some tools behind me to actually execute those actions, which basically are our initiatives, I'm going to become efficient